I'm going to give you an identity hot take today, and that is it really doesn't matter what the IGA, Identity Governance Administration platform your company chooses is. Honestly, they will probably all work specifically for the core functions, your like joiner, mover, leaver processes. They're all going to do that. You may have some specific use cases which you get out of a specific tool versus another. When you go up and start to kind of proof of concept some of these, your sale points, your Savience, your Okta identity governance, your Oracle access governance, all of these things, they all onboard, offboard, and do access assignments for users. They all do that. One of the most complicated parts of an IGA project is that it's not really just a simple bolt-on, add something in the flow of your user onboarding, offboarding lifecycle processes. You don't just hook into HR and then build a rule to say create 80 accounts when someone gets onboarded. It's not that. That's not the complicated part. That's actually like the easiest part of the entire project. And people think that's the entire project, and it's not. The reason why these projects fail is because you don't have stakeholder buy-in. I know that sounds very corporate. I'm going to boil it down for you. The people who should be involved in the project aren't involved at the same capacity you are. You may own the project and identity. You may want to build it and be the driver of it. But if HR or if the audit team or if you're what other teams you need to talk to, if they're not involved and this is not a priority for them, this will fail. And it's as simple as that. This is not a simple type of project that you set up and just set and forget in a business. This is something where it requires process changes. Process changes are difficult. Depending who you work with, depending on the size of the organization, process is notoriously difficult to change. And the second thing I would say when you implement an identity governance administration platform is you should avoid customizations. Don't customize things unless you absolutely have to. You should meet the product where it's at in terms of adhering or changing your processes to what works with that platform. You shouldn't have the platform conform to your processes because, believe it or not, most organizations out there have very complicated processes, overly complicated and unnecessarily complicated. And that's what's going to cause this type of project to fail. So be mindful of it. This is maybe a niche video for those that work on IGA platforms or trying to build them or integrate them. The many products will work. They're all very good for the most part, but I would make sure that you have the appetite in your organization to take on this project before you go and start POCing platforms, because you're going to need buy-in. I don't care how big the company is at, actually. You're going to need buy-in from other teams. This is not something you can build in a silo. So anyway, food for thought for a Saturday.